Okay, hello again. I'm back playing Advanced Revival. We're against a player whose Discord name is not Sucro, but they are in here, so who knows why that is. But we're just gonna be playing a few teams that I built for Mushy League. I was gonna play Water Mess this weekend, but the week was done by the time we scheduled to play, so I just brought shitty teams that were more fun. Uh, so Starmie leads Uh, not normal. It's probably offensive Starmie. It's not an Ice Beam, so Celebi's fairly free. There's probably a Skarmory, but I'm not too sure. There might be a Gengar as well, which this team's shit against, because this was prepped for Water Mess. But it is what it is. Oh yeah, there's a Skarmory straight away. We've got Shadow Ball on the Curse Lax anyway, so we're alright. Curse Rest, which is a set I don't really use that often. I generally think it's bad, but who knows. Alright, so that's got Toxic, which is, in this day and age, is disgusting. And I'm really shocked that they didn't just spike there. I'm just going to keep going to Magneton, because they have to spike eventually, and if they don't spike, I don't care what they do. I find Donphan to be like, it's a weird Pokemon. It's really quite annoying for offensive teams sometimes, when their best switch into it is like Swampert, as you saw there. Obviously this is a defensive team, so it's probably better against it, but when the defensive answer to Donphan is Swampert, it takes a lot of damage from Earthquake, just because it's so strong. And I think this one's that I've got is attack invested. So they should probably just Earthquake. I'm going to go Suicune over Celebi. Not for no particular reason, I guess, but um, it's less vulnerable to a crit freeze. Well, it's more vulnerable to a crit from Earthquake, but we've got Heal Bell anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Just I think this is just Be a Lover with lead Starmie. I'm just gonna roar, see what happens. Don't think if Starmie comes in, I think it's defensive. But Blissy's probably gonna come in. I'll drag in Tyranitar or the last, hopefully, because we're just going for information here. They shouldn't stay in, or if they stay in Curse, then I wasted a Curse PowerPoint. But I don't think it will be that. So this is either a really old paste of Be a Lover, or they've built this team themselves and just used the imported set from Showdown, which for some godforsaken reason still includes it still includes Whirlwind, even though there's no point in it anymore because Mr. Mime has been banned. Right, let's see what this does. It's risky, but yeah, okay, it's offensive. I might just try and 1v1 it, because it's kind of annoying. And if they're going for crits this early, they suck. Now that's mean, but the team might suck. Or it just tells me that I've got a really good matchup, just with Suicune. Okay, that my heart dropped a little bit there, but I'd expect a Skarmory to come in here, which is fine. Again, I'm just going to keep going to Magneton. There is no point in not doing so. Whatever. Because I know this thing doesn't have... It's Toxic, Protect, Spikes, right? That's the rest of the set. I know that for sure, so there's not going to be any silliness with Hidden Power, Ground. If I can encourage the Starmie to waste more of its power points, that'd be good. Because they've only used Thunderbolt twice. What's that? I think, but obviously with pressure that counts for 4. So technically they only have 12 if they use all of them against Suicune. And the same goes for this Swampert. And so long as Sand stays off, we're chilling. And I've got this Moltres set that I really like that clears the weather. And it sits on a lot of stuff. And it kind of forces, oh, that was a good Ice Beam. It forces Tyranitar in, so you can wisp it and chip it down. Oh, they're really just going for they're going for it. Go for one more. These, and then, okay, good. Now we can in Power Grass, in peace. If they know what's good for them, they'll switch out here. In fact, I could go straight to Magneton. That could be a baller move, because I don't think they'll Hydro Pump here. Yeah, fuck it. That was not the right move. I don't really lose much though, because I've got Heal Bell on Celebi, so if that had gone poorly, it doesn't matter. I'll bring it against Swampert at some point. We're alright. There would be a really good move from them right now, is to go straight to Skarmory on Magneton. I would respect the hell out of that. I don't know if I mentioned it, but there's no music this time because I suck at using OBS. And in the 10 minutes I took to try and fix it, it didn't work, so I gave up. So there's no music, so you'll just have to deal with my voice for however long this set takes. And he's taking his time, which, you know, fair enough. But it might drag on a little bit, because I know last week's set dragged on a lot as well. They might Hydro again just because I've already doubled the Magneton on once trying to catch Skarmory. And they might be thinking, don't want that to happen again. Nah, they didn't. I would have gone to Tyranitar there, just to get Sand up. I would have gone to Tyranitar a while ago, because clearly you need it in this matchup. Which kind of indicates that they might not have it, but you never know. They probably still do have Tyranitar. See, I don't mind them doing this, because you're never going to get a spike by switching out every time. I can just waste all the Swampert's moves, waste Starmie's moves, and I'm not taking much damage on anything. They clearly don't have a Dugtrio, or their own mag, which I didn't really consider, but when you see a lead Starmie and then Skarmory, lead Starmie then Skarmory, you don't really expect a Dugtrio. It's a bit of a mouthful, that. I hope this guy doesn't time out. That would suck. Alright, if this has Calm Mind, I'll be really sad, but it shouldn't. I don't think it will anyway. Yeah, I thought it'd be that. Yeah, this is just Be a Lover with lead Starmie. This will have Toxic and Ice Beam last. Return again. Got plenty of PP on that. Don't want to switch Magneton into a Fire Blast. If the last is Tyranitar, I really don't get why they haven't gone to it yet. I'm glad I got my Celebi up to 100 because once Skarmory gets its spike, it's going to be a bit annoying to switch into. The Starmie, that is. Suicune's fine. And I'm thinking once Skarmory goes down, Suicune's looking pretty free. Already burnt through quite a few ice beams, that's good. Right, let's see what we can do. Yeah, I want to burn through toxic power points, because that way this Moltres set sits on Blissey all day. Yeah, this set's... I like this Blissey set, but it's not amazing. I want to go Mag. This might throw the game. Thing is, if they stay in, this loses me the game if they catch me on it. And the whole point of this team is that you just sort of go, don't throw. You can't rush this sort of team, especially not on turn 35. You know, if it comes down to it later, I'll make some dodgy predictions, but for now, it's like, yeah, I mean, that wouldn't have lost me the game, but it wouldn't have helped. Alright, brilliant. This won't kill. Oh, wow. They really just did that. Alright, surely they spike now. There's no way they protect. Or switch out. You just have to take the spike at this point. Wow. I can't... I'm genuinely, like, quite confused as to why they're playing the way they are. And I'm not trying to be mean, but you need to lay your spike. I mean, obviously I've got the Don fan and he doesn't know that I've not got a pursuit user. You know, if I was looking at this team, I'd be thinking, oh, that's likely to be an Umbreon or something last. But yeah. How much Suicune does to Starmie at like +2? And I'm aware that the... God, I can't spell today. Starmie, there we go. I'm aware that the dimensions don't really work properly for the calculator, but tough. It's my video. There's a chance they boom here. So Celebi can absorb that fine. I think. No, because then Starmie becomes very painful. Oh, that was defensive Starmie. We wanted offensive. Oh yeah, it would have killed. Anyway, okay, yeah, we're fine with Snorlax, so yeah. And I'll get a chance to heal Bell at some point. It's not great practice just to keep using the deck spreads, but I'm lazy and I need to check if a max roll and then sand goes up, do I die? 48 plus 6.25. Need 54.25 health, which I have. And that was near max roll, so. Actually, I think that was the maximum. Yeah, it was. But that's fine. That's also fine. Not bothered in the slightest by that. Because natural cure is kind of broken. Yeah, so there's the tar. And I'm thinking, why did that not come in a long time ago? In a galaxy far, far away. Rest here, go to Donphan. Its health is... I've got rest on it, so switching into focus punch is no problem. And then I can Winkle Celebi in at some point and Heal Bell, and that's good for the Snorlax too. Alright, surely you spike now. Jesus Christ, that took so long. Do I keep this? If Tar comes in, I Toxic. This comes in, I Sunny Day. Because it's just a baller move. Because you just eat. Okay, now I've actually fired up their Fire Blast now, so I can't go to Celebi. Which is funny. But I can go to this and be fine. Maybe. I do need to spin. Ooh. Now I've incentivized them to Hydro Pump. They didn't fall for it, but I didn't get hacked, so all good. I'm not sure, at what point does it come hacked? Because Celebi has been frozen once, it hasn't been crit, and it's eaten quite a lot of moves that might kill it, if they crit. See, that one doesn't matter so much. I can Toxic when this T-Tar comes back in. I just realised I didn't link this game in Discord. It's on Smog Tours anyway, so anyone can see it, but they might not know that it's going on. Might as well link, because there was someone asking, I think you can see there. So I feel kind of bad if they'd missed it, but the replays are always there. Oh, yeah, okay, so this is a really old version of the team. It's almost always Focus Punch nowadays. And that's if you want to use Big 5, which also is an interesting sort of proposition in these days. I used it in Callus Invitational. I brought one with Moltres, which won, and then one with Dragon Dance Salamence, which lost. Which really, that just tells you that Moltres is better than Salamence, but it's not so common that you use it with Starmie anymore, just because it can get trapped by Doug, revenged by Aerodactyl. It's not that strong. It's just not like perfect for the job. So they're pivoting about like a lunatic here, and it's not really going to get them anywhere. This was not an unwinnable matchup for them, but it is it's Magdon fan, but it's similar enough to Magdol into Skarmory team, and they chucked away their Gengar. So I'd say it was a good matchup for me, but a playable one for them. Yeah, there we go. So game 2, which should start shortly. What team am I using? I'm not using that one yet. I'm going to use this team, which is also a bit experimental, but less so. It's just sort of double trap. It's a bit of a weird off zap here, but I wanted something not called Dugtrio with a bit of speed. That might be good, might be bad, who knows. Okay, Jolteon lead. That's a... I don't think it's a real thing. I don't respect Jolteon lead, but it can be annoying. Especially if you don't have Raw on your team. Well, I have Raw, but it's a Suicune, so it doesn't really count in terms of beating Jolteon. But this is probably going to have, like, I don't know. Jolteon lead usually indicates it's some sort of jank. Apart from that, I cannot comment. It's gonna... Didn't even sub, wow. Just went straight for the T-Wave, because the thing is, you should sub there. Actually, it's probably not even sub, because it's got Thunder Wave, but lead Jolteon usually has Substitute, and you use it against Zapdos. That's kind of the point. Yeah, this is definitely a janky team. If their best Suicune switching is Suicune, then we should be chilling. Did I say that right? If their best Suicune switching is Jolteon, I should be chilling. Is what I wanted to say, but might have fumbled. So this team, it doesn't have the Cleric with Heal Bell, so you need to be more careful with Suicune's resting turns. And it's also why it's got a Claydol instead of a Donphan, because it's more Claydol's more resilient to hazards. Alright, I feel kind of bad about that. Did I link this? Yeah, I did. But realistically, you could only do that once. Okay, so now this is where you have to be careful with Suicune, because it can just die, and you don't want that. Yeah, I don't understand this team. There's probably a Salamence last. Maybe a Gengar. And that's, if there is a DD Mence, that could be an issue, but I don't know. It seems like a weird team. Okay, yeah, there's the Gengar. Are they gonna boom? We'll never know. But I'm just gonna Thunderbolt again, because who gives a shit if Jolteon comes in? Probably Thunder Wave this, because then I can Dug Trap it, which then lets Suicune be better. And I've got Double Trap for the Metagross anyway. Oh, they've roared. Weird. Alright, watch this. Baller move. Never mind. Baller move this time. Yes! So Cloister tends to be annoying for Magdoll because you can't trap it, obviously. But we should be fine. Yeah, this team literally cannot deal with Zapdos once Jolteon goes down. Alright, so this was a much shorter set than last week's, so hopefully the lack of music isn't painful, and maybe I'll sort it out for next week, maybe I won't. You'll just have to find out. And it appears that we finished playing before Zach PZ did, and he was started before us, not Zach. So thank you for watching. Thank you to Dird, that's his name, for playing, and I'll catch you next time.